For those people who perhaps have never heard the show or who perhaps may not have heard of you, would you just describe your academic and professional background, and then we'll get going on the subject?
I did my master's degree in humanities at University of Oregon, and then went back years later in biology for a PhD and intended to study brain biology, but quickly shifted to reproductive aging physiology. So I concentrated on the biochemistry of the steroid hormones in relation to aging, largely.
Okay, so I think I'll just open up the show by just demonstrating some of the things that if people were to search online and be, for want of a better word, a victim of bad advertising, what they would find out about nitric oxide. Unfortunately, the internet is rife with lots of untruths and misconceptions, as well as very genuine and good research to counter some of the accusations. But nitric oxide, what I've seen, its main use, or it's touted for, is to help the immune system. They mention it to be used to regulate blood pressure, to improve sleep. And then there's the things that it's mainly advertised for, which is for endurance and strength, for bodybuilding, and sexual performance enhancing, and also for helping gastric motility. But so, Dr. Peat, given that we produce nitric oxide naturally, doesn't mean to say it's always a good thing. Like adrenaline, too much of that's a bad thing. But given that we produce it naturally, what useful effect does it have, and why does it have so many negative effects when we get into what it is you know about nitric oxide and why we should avoid it?
And also, why do they tout nitric oxide to be used for all those conditions when it isn't true? Where are they twisting the truth?
My dissertation in 1972 focused on estrogen, but I saw that the effects of estrogen were indistinguishable from the effects of X-rays and aging and oxygen deprivation. And how that works is that it changes the oxidative enzyme function, cytochrome oxidase. And it was known that smog produces nitric oxide. It wasn't known that it occurred naturally in the body until the late 80s. But the effects of nitric oxide in smog were known to inhibit or damage that same respiratory enzyme. And at the time I was studying estrogen, it was known that carbon monoxide and cyanide also blocked the effect of oxygen in the cell. And so no one really thought about what nitric oxide was doing to the cell, except when they were exposed to a lot of smog. But as soon as it was discovered that it was produced in the body, a series of publications over the next 6 or 7 years, up until the late 90s, identified the harm that it did in the various tissues